Hello and welcome back to Universal Studios Orlando. We're actually here today to check out some of the food options that have dropped for Halloween Horror Nights. Horror Nights is just 9 days away from the recording. It is a Wednesday. Next Friday, September 2nd, starts Halloween Horror Nights, one of our favorite times of year here in Orlando for the Central Florida parks. It's an awesome event if you haven't been, but we're going to check out the props. It's been about a week since we've been out here, so a lot of things have changed, so I'm excited to get inside and check out all that there is for Halloween Horror Nights. So come along with me as we check out some stuff for HHN 31. So we made it into Universal Studios Orlando, and they have this new pumpkin that's out that the Pumpkin Lord is going to be in. So again, kind of like Wicked Realm from last year, but they do have quite a bit of stuff here added, as we have not seen this. It's just outside of the scare zone, so it'll be interesting to kind of see him, I guess, standing up there, or maybe her, I don't know. But it does seem like it's going to be the Pumpkin Realm, very similar to what we had last year for the Halloween Horror Nights house. So Despicable Me is here, and then you have these props out here, which are just outside the scare zone. So you do have a lot of the different props just far enough away from the scare zone where, and I was talking to Matt about this, my friend that's coming with me in studios when we come for Halloween Horror Nights, and basically what his thoughts were is that they're trying to eliminate the crowds as far as selfies are concerned. So having these two out here is going to cause less congestion here, because the main part of this scare zone is going to be down toward the central area, down here in Central Plaza. And so the more you can avoid putting people right here and just kind of have it congested the whole time, the better off I think it's going to be. But I mean, they're getting pretty specific with all these props. It looks like some voodoo dolls in here, so a little bit of voodoo, a little bit of potions, and all sorts of different little magic pieces here. But got a broom as well. It's got that distinct smell to it as well. So all the props do have. We got a witch's hat, witch's cauldron as well. So like the vines are really cool. They're really pointy. They look like some really mean pumpkins. Nothing really on this side here, but if you do look, like usually they'll have a smoke machine right here. It'll be interesting to see if they add anything here, but looks like it's just going to be a really nice spot for a scare zone. A lot of either TikTokers or vlog people or HHN people here today, because there's a lot of people taking pictures of the props, more in depth too. So again, fog machine ready to get going for the Pumpkin King. But I mean, look how detailed these are. Like, this is a bone. It looks like it's still wet. It's just the way that it's kind of like painted, but looks like a gravestone, like a headstone up there. Sherry. Who's Sherry? Sherry's buried there. Sherry buried. Oh, it's camouflaged. Oof, does it smell like Horror Nights back here. That's pretty exciting. So I think we're gonna walk a little bit down here, and then we're gonna head back down the other direction, because we went this way last time, so we're gonna go back the other direction towards Nettlewoods and that scare zone. The Horrors of Halloween is what this scare zone is called, and then Little Boo is going to be right there. So Little Boo's up there. And he was on the house last year of Wicked Growth, so they're adding that in as well. Looks like they're gonna have, those look like fog machines, or like just maybe a platform with something on them, but they are covered with like this, looks like a trash bag. It doesn't even look like a tarp. Fog machine there, which it would be weird if they had fog machine there and covered it and not this one. So I'm thinking in the Horrors of Halloween, it's got some other things on it that are not just the fog machines. So definitely maybe lights or something, like a light fixture. But we are gonna walk over here to this prop. And they have some of the candy here, which kind of goes along with our Sweet Revenge stuff in the back, which is interesting. So it's pretty well themed as far as like telling a story and connecting it through to the next scare zone. They have like a blade here, big butcher's axe. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. And then they have like this scarecrow, which is kind of spooky. Maybe this kind of will hint at what the scarecrows will look like in the scare zone itself, right? I would think, because it's a central prop area, like it's a central hub for Halloween Horror Nights. So when you're walking through, you're getting hints as to what the rest of the stuff's gonna be like, maybe some conjuring. So yeah, pretty fun. All right, we're in Nettlewood Cemetery, and it's going to be Graveyard Deadly Unrest. Last time we were here, I would say that it was pretty close to being completed as far as all the props that they are going to put out. So I don't think a lot has changed. I'll kind of like walk through here and just kind of see. But I mean, besides this, these props, I mean, that's new right there. The lady sitting on the staircase. That's interesting. So was that one? Huh. I don't know. I don't get that. That'll be interesting. But I mean, they've added kind of like this, like drape kind of stuff, so that they can hide a little better, I think. But as far as Horror Nights props for this scare zone, looks like they're pretty much done with what they're going to be adding. Maybe a couple more things, but so far, nothing too new that we haven't seen yet. But we'll do our favorite stop of Five and Dime and see if they've got any more merchandise we haven't seen yet. But I don't think they do. So in the Five and Dime, I don't really see anything that is new that we have not seen yet. So pretty much the same stuff that was out last week when we were here. So it's been 7 days, 8 days since we've been out here. But again, it's all very similar to what we've seen before. So nothing new has arrived here at this shop. I think there was over in the boutique. There's new merchandise, but nothing here in the Five and Dime just yet. All right, so this lighting fixture that we thought maybe there was like gonna be a stage here possibly, it's actually just displaying Ghoulish, which is their new night show that's on the lagoon here. So Ghoulish, A Halloween Tale. They're gonna do like a projection show and some haunts and different things from your classical haunt movies and horror movies. So yeah, that's all this is really. Nothing too exciting. We're in the Scarecrow Cursed Soil, and it does look like they've added quite a bit of things here. They got a fence over there, they got some of the fencing here with what looks like it's going to be like a stand or something on the side. And then down that way, there's like even more like wooded fixtures, kind of like outhouses down that way. So people think this is gonna be a barn, like they're gonna put something up there, but I'm not sure if that's actually gonna be the case. I just don't know how much time they have left, but I guess we'll see. They do have all the menus ready. So we're gonna check out all the menus. This is located at Cafe La Bamba. Specialty beverages, 1 drink per guest per ID. So you cannot grab an ID, or sorry, you cannot grab a drink unless you have an ID, and you can only get one. Trying to see, so yeah, this is really hard to see because of glare, but there's a souvenir cup, a michelada, burning skull. They got some Modelo premium cocktail souvenir cup. They got a Voodoo Brewing Company. They have White Claw, Bud Light. White Claw's $10.50, Bud Light $9.50. Eats and treats, they have all of these things. I'm not gonna try to pronounce them. There's some tamales, a popsicle, right? All right, that's cool. They got some drinks here. Oh, you can scan with your phone's camera to view all the menus here. And then they have a vegan option, gluten sensitive and vegetarian option. Roasted sweet potato, mushroom street tacos. That sounds really good. So we're definitely gonna have to try some of these eats when we come back next week. And this is a cool fountain just off of that little bar area, that little quick service area. One of the food tents, they have this really awesome fountain. They just rethemed it. They've put up the stuff in and around it. It's got like that Dias Los Muertos, like remembrance stuff, like the candles. So I like this a lot. I like what they did with this fountain. All right, I'm gonna try to speak over SpongeBob SquarePants' theme song going on. They did add some speakers up there, so at least they've added something to these like large platforms, but nothing to kind of tell you what's gonna be up there. Obviously scarecrows, but the theming down here has progressed. We have a lot of wooden fences. It looks very deep south in the woods kind of stuff, right? Like this looks like some kind of outhouse or something. It's kind of freaky looking. Be interesting to see if they kind of come out of those doors or whatever they might be doing. I don't know. There's some lighting back here and behind this fence. They have another couple of these like outhouse looking buildings. They have like this old, I think it's a wagon or a vehicle, I think. I don't know. I gotta go over there and see it. But they have added a ton of lights, a ton of plugs, a lot of different electrical things back here. So it does look like they've got quite a bit done as far as this is concerned, but I don't know. They're gonna definitely be jumping out of these doorways, I would think. And then they have like this old school vehicle right here. kind of like a hitch, like a carriage. So it should be pretty interesting. And I'm trying not to get copyrighted, so I'm trying to talk over this music back here in Central Park. It is very intense. This kind of looks like Shrek's outhouse over there. But yeah, so they've added some to the Scarecrow Cursed Soil scare zone, but not a ton. All right, we're kind of in like this crossway, and we're gonna actually go over here where all these paths meet, because I think this one has a menu. That one does not, that stand. So let's go see what they have on these menus, because they have one here and then they got one over here as well. So they have a garlic Philly cheese steak. That's funny. I like that. But these are the Mummy's Cursed tablet cookies. Only $3.79, so that's not too bad. Located at Kids Zone. You know what's interesting is that they put this on there almost like this was somewhere else or going to be somewhere else, and it's like located in Kids. Like I know, I found it. It's Kids Zone. It's just confusing. Like, why did they label that? I'm so confused. I mean, I guess maybe because on the app it'll say that, but I don't know. It seems weird. But specialty beverage, they have a Tinseltown Terror, Old Forester Bourbon, Cherry Brandy, Sweet Vermouth, Woodford Cherry Bitters. That sounds good. I like cherry, I guess, and bourbon. And then you got your regular alcohol here as well. Vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-sensitive options. Oh, there's a garlic Philly cheesesteak. That looks spooky. It's like on black bread. Like it's food coloring. It's like black. Oh, I love Philly cheesesteak. That's a lot of good stuff there. And then the same kind of specialty drinks and stuff. But there's the picture of the Philly cheesesteak and some curly fries. Kind of like Food and Wine, they have like the registers here. I'm assuming they just give you your stuff. You head over there and get your food like you normally would, and then they have the pizza fries over here. This is where the not infamous, they're very famous pizza fries are going to be over here in the Kids Zone. Oh, that's interesting. Lacto Cooler. That's a funky looking, is that a beer? It's looks like it. They got White Claw, Voodoo Brewing Lacto Cooler. So it's just a cooler, I guess. All right, like a wine cooler maybe? I don't know. Eats and Treats. Fiery Twisted Tater with Queso, yum. Twisted Tater Blood and Guts. And then they have this Twisted Tater, so that's where you're getting your Twisted. That looks really good. Like the fiery one with queso. I've never had one of these, so I kind of want to try one this year. Ooh, ghost pepper, oh my. So they have even spicy options. I really like what Universal's doing with their menus. That makes it so much easier. Like Disney, sometimes you have to like search and hunt. With these, there's no doubt. But this is called, what is this called? I don't know. I don't think they have a booth name. Maybe, I don't know. But I just realized that I keep saying Eats and Treats, and that's actually just because that's food. So very cool. And this one is right out of Central Park, and that's Scarecrow Cursed Soil. So that's where you can get these treats as well. So is there a picture? There's a different picture over here, yeah. Looks like, I don't know, that looks like the same one. Maybe it's the Twisted Tater Blood and Guts. The only thing I will say that is kind of a disadvantage here is that like some of them, like on this menu, they don't have like the descriptions of what things are. So like this here, like you just kind of guess, I guess, or ask them. So maybe their menus at these, oh yeah, they do. Okay, cool. I thought maybe I was gonna be like, what? All right, this makes sense. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of spicy, but that one sounds like it's not too spicy except the ghost peppering seasoning. Never mind. I didn't read that. I had just kind of read the Flaming Hot Cheetos, and that's going to be really hot. This one might not be too bad then. But very, very spicy eats. So I think the thing that's different here is that I don't know if Disney does this because they usually cover their menus when they put them out, but I think Universal's done this pretty well. They put them out so people are interested. I mean, I see tons of people taking pictures and stuff of these menus. Got some burgers. Yeah, that's the burger I want to try. It's like got the crispy pork belly, pickled jalapenos with a donut bun and a fruity cereal. Like, I don't know, it just seems really, really good. It's very unique. Nashville hot chicken is no joke. If you like spicy, get Nashville hot chicken. All right, if you want, scan this QR code and see if the menu works. I'm assuming it would, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it doesn't work yet, but very nice. It's just looks like Chucky's box, huh? I think that's what it's supposed to be. But definitely. It is definitely Chucky's Bucks, so that should actually give it away. The Good Guys Burger. Want to play beignets. All right, very nice. Very spooky. Oh, there's the picture of that burger. Oh my goodness. I need that. I didn't know how badly I needed that. Duckies. They're like grown ducks. Teenage ducks. Teenage Mutant Ducks. That's the wrong movie. What the heck are those? That's weird. Why are those? It's almost like they're doing some work on some drains there. All right, this is really interesting. The Twirl and Hurl is in a weather delay, so that means there's lightning in the area. I haven't heard any thunder, but isn't it strange? Like maybe because they have roofs over their head, but like these don't go down. And that guy definitely didn't go down, and it's like the Sledge Homer, where you just smack that little bell and try to get it all the way to the top. But why aren't these shut when there's lightning? Is it because there's an umbrella? I'm so confused by it. Back here where I think Descendants of Destruction and Bugs Eaten Alive is going to be, right? I think. They have a food booth, but it is not currently showing a menu. So, all right, that's a bummer. So we're gonna walk back that way towards the pumpkin one. And I did see they have treats listed, so let's go ahead and check them out. JK, LOL, nothing. Although, we have not seen it lit up yet. Can you see it? And kinda, but it is lit up. Look at it. That's cool. I don't think the lights were on here last time we were here. Because it was definitely stormy last time we were here. And yeah, now the lights are on. But any day now we should be getting a menu posted here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to check online next time I see one of the QR codes because these actually might have menus. Nightmare Fuel Wildfire is the show here at the Fear Factor stage, or what used to be Fear Factor, and no menu on this food booth yet either. So, all right, it's good to know. Oh, you can see in there though. Oh, there's people in there. Oops. Oops. There's beer and stuff in there. So it does look like it's going to be a lot of alcohol and maybe some just of your standard food items. But we're going to head down this way. They have some lighting fixtures here kind of leading back to the show and the tent. But we're going to hop in here to the restroom real quick and then we're going to continue our tour looking for the food menu. I'm excited to come on opening night because while there are hypes around the houses on what's going to be good, and obviously the weekend is going to be really crowded. I think maybe Halloween and Blumhouse will have kind of that reputation because of their movies, but I really do think that opening night will be interesting because I don't think people really know where to like bust it to. So besides the weekend house, I just don't know which house will be more crowded or like higher wait time. So I'm kind of excited to see where everybody kind of hustles to. I think I'm looking at Dead Man's Wharf, Winter's Wake is the one that I'm looking forward to. So maybe heading there first might be our first option when we do come next Friday. Last time I think I mentioned, but actually in Universal Studios Hollywood, they are getting the Death Eaters as part of their horror nights, which I said that last time I was here. I was like, why don't they just put Death Eaters back there? It'd be cool, or Dementworks. So, they stole my idea, but maybe they're listening. I don't know, they're not listening. They're definitely not listening, but I'd like to think they are. Ooh, they got green lights up on these fixtures. That's fun, on these props here. There are these like green lights hidden. There's hidden right here, but they're further down. But it does look like they're going to have a lot of drinks back here because they are the bars. So I don't think they're going to have any food options from what I could tell. Oh, that's fun. Spellbound Cabernet Sauvignon. Words are hard sometimes. All right, I'm going to scan this and see what happens and see if I can pull up menus. I had no success with the QR code. It was trying to lead me to the app, but then it doesn't like work. But you can see that these like little pillars here have lights, like green lights on the top of them. And then it looks like they're doing some major stuff back here because they kind of like blocked out these bars where they're adding in some leaves and some different lights, but this is mostly going to be a bar area, as you can tell from the menu. Lombard's Patio, that's where all of the full bars are going to be in this area, so pretty interesting. There's Horror Night staff people walking that way and they got the orange Horror Night stuff on their shirts. This is the Conjure of the Dark Scare Zone. And I'm trying to see if there's any, I mean, they got like these distinct designs, kind of like what we saw over there with like maybe some spells. It's always terrifying when they have that skull. What animal is that? Is that a jackalope? Ooh, looks like some sacrificial skulls and people here. That's a shame. It's really too bad, honestly. Wow. That's pretty cool. Oh, they have human writing on it. That's pretty neat. I think that's going to light up. That's a light, I believe. But, yeah, nothing too crazy, I don't think, as far as like props are concerned. But, pretty neat. They're obviously sacrificing just more than humans. It was cool seeing all the Horror Nights people. I think it was just the people that stand in the houses, but it was pretty awesome to see them all walking from the house back here behind Supercharged. Wow, they really have progressed on this scare zone as well. I think these will be witches, ready to drag you into their spell, ready to eat you, make you part of the potion itself. Oh, that's fun. I didn't notice there was a like curtain back there. The door's open. What the heck? Ooh, somebody's gonna be like bounded back there. Huh. Illuminati. And scary thing on tarp, under tarp, with turf underneath. There's stuff in behind it too, so maybe we'll pop in right behind here and see if they've got anything that we can kind of see. Just some speakers, some trees. Nothing too crazy, but I like this scare zone so far. It'll be interesting to kind of see what they do with it and what they put on it. They've got like a pedal there, so I'm assuming it'll do something to whatever this is. Maybe a person that they're sacrificing, I'd imagine. That's my guess. You could convince me that this was the Deep South Halloween Horror Nights theme, just because of the way everything's decorated. Just seems to make sense, but pretty similar stuff on each of these little like prop pieces. It's like a wheelbarrow kind of thing that's like propped up against these barrels. Anything in the cauldron? Nothing in the cauldron. Some skulls. What was that? It's a bell. Very nice. Moving right along. So I think there's a lot more tents down here, especially with the food options, so let's go check those out. So they left these like summer trucks out, and I thought maybe they would use them Halloween Horror Nights, and they definitely are, as there is some menu items, so we can cross here, but it's a little busy right in the front, so we'll have to wait a little bit. We'll go around this way. So yeah, they're reusing this truck that they used for the summer for Halloween Horror Nights. Oh, this is where that is. Okay, so they have these burnt offering mac and cheese, so themed to Conjure the Dark. I think these are Ashley and I's like wheelhouse right here. We love mac and cheese that have like different meats and stuff in them. And in front of Supercharged, that's where the Lagoon show is going to be, ghoulish. So these are good spots to see the show. Yeah, so none of these, like everything that's themed like this, as far as these tents are concerned, don't seem to have any kind of menus readily available, but it does just seem like your generic Halloween Horror Nights treats. Louis is, again, where you can do the dining experience with the scare actors, and we're gonna head down this way because they did have a really interesting food booth that I saw the last time we were here, and now they've really progressed it, and it has a menu, and it's some really interesting looking things. So let's go talk about them. We're back here at the meats locker because look how they package the food. It looks like ground beef, like raw meat. It's totally not, but look how awesome this food looks. Just the theming in behind it. It literally is going to feel like you're eating raw meat because they're packaged in that styrofoam. It looks like cauliflower, sweet raspberry rice. Like this looks like a very good option for vegetarian, peanut allergy stuff. But very interesting. Bloody Mary, yeah. Sour gummy. Okay, they've had these kind of things in the tribute store, so that's not as shocking. But these two things, the cauliflower and the rice, look phenomenal the way that they package them. And I really do hope they come like that all the time. I could see where they like maybe cut some corners there and don't offer that all the time, but, and again, this is that meats locker place that we were looking at last time. And it just really has progressed now And like, it looks like you're eating human remains too. I think that's the idea of it. Round two against this music back here, because last time it got me copyrighted. It really destroyed my video last time because I had to edit it so much. But they do have some hanging hands. It looks like they're cooking not only animals but also some people. So be careful back here, guys. Looks like they do have some other menu options that I think weren't on that front one, or if they were, they didn't have the pictures of them. But there's that spoiled angry bear meat. It does have pictures on this side, so very nice. Well, that's interesting. That's like pretty far out of the scare zone. And they've got something covered with the tarp there, but nothing beyond this. So I'm interested to kind of see what exactly it is that they're putting right there, because it looks like that thing's like escaped from its scare zone down this way. I think I might do some Auntie Anne's just because I'm starving. I did get some cinnamon bites. They're gonna hold me over until I get home to eat dinner. And a sweet glazed dip. I had no idea that Haagen-Dazs was here for some reason. I guess I've just bypassed this the whole time. Has this always been here? I sat in front of their sign. And then Auntie Anne is like right here. Like you would never know that it was like tucked in right there, especially because of those construction malls. So we're gonna go this way, but it does look like they're gonna have some people you're not gonna wanna mess with back here as well. Like this looks like they're gonna really get you. So that might ruin it for some people, but I mean, could you imagine walking through here not really expecting anything and all of a sudden, bam, here they are. It's like, it's really scary. So pretty cool to see that. We're gonna go over here, we're gonna check out first the weekend bar, look at it. It's just the weekend stuff. And then I think we're gonna go back that way to go check out the Sweet Revenge scare zone and look at anything they got there. But I did want to check out this because I will forget. Florida is very angry lately, and I'm hoping to get out of here before that really does some damage. I think I might, so I'm gonna hurry up and hustle so I can get out of here so it doesn't rain on my head. So here's the weekend after hours nightmare bar, and one of the more the more crowded bars because of the experience and because it is going to be weekend themed. So you're going to get a lot of people that come over here. As you can see, they've got like different places you're going to be able to get different things on that side. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 areas it looks like you can be served. So we'll walk around that way. I don't think they have a menu up yet, but I could be wrong. So they do have the menu up. Oh, that's where that drink is. Okay, so I saw this earlier. It's like the peach brandy. That looks great. I do like fruit drinks. They have the Oktoberfest, souvenir cups, wines, also sodas and water for people that aren't going to drink. And just kind of a way to find this if you go right across from Mel's Diner back here. That's where you're going to be able to find it. So I think we're going to head to Sweet Revenge, and then we're going to head out of here before we that storm gets some sweet revenge on us. Okay, so if you can see a storm coming, it empties out the park. There's people that are like scattering for places to go, rides to get on, and there's not a lot of people walking around back here. So I think this these clouds hanging overhead, getting ready to come and storm on us, has really kind of pushed people out. Now they're doing work to that alleyway. So it was first that alleyway back where those tents are. Now it's this back alleyway right here. So let's go, yeah, let's go this way. I only say this because we can get the tent and then we can book it back to Sweet Revenge. I didn't see anything crazy for Sweet Revenge as being new, so I think we'll be in luck, but they are practicing some, looks like some food and dishes back here. There's a bunch of Universal people standing around back here. Are they? What is happening? And they're letting team members try some of the food. That's fun. We got all the team members out, testing all the foods and all the booths. So, wow, we're just a couple weeks away. Or not even a couple weeks, we're a week away. A week away, and they're giving team members a chance to preview it. So that's pretty sweet. I love it. It's cool, all the team members are out. Fried Twinkies, fried Oreos. Okay, so there's that No Chance in Hell PB&J. It was Jack's last year. This year, looks like it's got a nondescript name, but going to be pretty cool, I think. And that was different on this side as well. So they've got the Texas toast. Oh, that's the one that I really, really wanted to try because I love Texas toast and everything on that, bacon. And they have a killer stovetop popcorn custard. That's interesting. Oh, that's where that pizza skull is. Okay. I saw a picture of this earlier today. Interesting. I think they have these covered maybe because storms are coming. because these were out last time, because we did get video of them. But it does look like they took them down. All right, so really nothing new then, because they've covered all this stuff, so very nice. But it is cool, they're allowing all their team members, I'm assuming these are the creative people that worked on the event itself, actually getting able to try some of the treats. Nothing has changed on the tribute store either, so nothing really to update in this scare zone, as it does look like they have at least most of it raring to go. So, yeah, and they should be doing team member previews of Horror Nights here in the next week, I think. I don't know when it is, so I guess if you work there, let us know. But they will allow them to kind of try things out, to test run it, as they are with the food we just saw. So, man, and then the two booths that we didn't get to because the team members were there, I was reading through them. It's the potato like twist things. So similar to what we saw earlier as far as the menus are concerned. Nothing else really that was different than what we had already seen. And it looks like this is going to be a similar thing. It seems like the booths like this have similar drinks, similar food options. So actually, if you really want a good look of that menu that we zoomed in on before, here's a better look. So, yeah, very fun. Now that I know that those staff members that were walking by that we saw earlier were probably working the food tents, I'd assume. So, Horror Nights is just around the corner. I will say, walking in where those team members are, I didn't want to record anything really, except like kind of the menus that I could get to, because I know they probably don't want those things recorded as they are cooking them, and they haven't really premiered them yet. So yeah, I was a little hesitant. I did record some of the menus that I could get to. I did look at the other two, and seriously, they did have similar items, but again, I was really afraid to kind of film like the kitchen area just because it seemed like they really wanted to film. So I get it, I understand, but it was pretty exciting to kind of see them trying all that stuff. Now I will say, as much as they seem to kind of like block the kitchen by standing by the kitchen, so we couldn't quite get around to the kitchen to kind of film stuff because people were around just looking. They did have some people like blocking the area. I will say they were very friendly. They were talking about Horror Nights and if we're excited, so it's pretty cool. So our time at Universal Studios Orlando has come to an end. We went around and saw all the food menus that were out. We got to see a bunch of the updates to the scare zones here for Halloween Horror Nights 31. I am really excited about this year's event. The food looks fantastic. I can't wait to try the cheeseburger, some of the macaroni and cheese. Some of the drinks looked really good as well. So I'm just really excited about this year's event. I hope you guys get to make it out here at least once. It is an awesome experience, a really great event, and well worth your money. So looking forward to coming out next Friday. I think I'll come back one more time as more stuff comes out next week. But other than that, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. We hope to see you guys at the parks.